Greetings, y'all. This is Sister Ote, Mama Ote with Georgia Green Project. I'm out here with the OG soul brother, Mike, and he's going to give you a commentary of his grow site. This is grow site 01 810. So there is a playlist, but today he's going to tell you what's happening in his garden. We're going to start here with this tomato. All right, so he's going to tell us what's happening.
So here we've got 2 tomato transplants that they were transplanted relatively late in the season, but they seem to be thriving and they're doing good where they are at. They're being watered by drip irrigation.
How did you get this drip irrigation?
I got this drip irrigation from Rebel Marketplace. James.
Urban symbiosis.
Urban symbiosis. Sorry about
No,
that.
you're fine. Same. It's not the same, but same person. Okay. All right. Excellent. So we have 2 tomato plants, and then you have it look like a row of marigolds thriving. You have a lot of yellow marigolds.
Yes, if I didn't grow anything else, you could say I grew marigolds this year for sure.
I see some hairy vetch. That's what the purple flower is. That's a cover crop. Something that will help to. You said if nothing else, the marigolds did something. All right. So then tell them about what's happening over here.
Here we've got some tomatoes that are from last year. We grew tomatoes here. We didn't intentionally grow tomatoes here this year, but they just so happened to have some seeds that survived, and this is what we have left over.
Nice.
We've got a bunch more marigolds in this plot as well.
So the pollinators love your garden.
Yes.
And these are yellow marigolds. I see this different color. Oh, what's happening here?
Here we have cinder blocks where we planted a couple transplant leafy greens,
Okay.
starting with broccoli,
Okay.
then with some, I forgot what that's called.
Chard.
Chard
some
lettuce.
some Swiss chard. It's in the spinach. It's in the beet family, actually. It's actually the same plant as the beet, but it doesn't make the root. Look at
Swiss
this.
chard. Then we've got kale.
Look how lovely these leaves are. Whew.
And we've got collard greens.
Look, barely any holes, so you don't have really a pest problem. That's just kind of normal. That means they're healthy. So have you been harvesting these? Look like they've been
Yes.
harvested.
I've already harvested about 4 pounds of these.
Oh, nice. And do you eat them or you give them away?
I've been giving them away to the community mostly.
I love it. Okay, so that looks like that's all we have. Some volunteer tomatoes in here. We have the huckleberry. We've been taking the huckleberry, pop and dropping them. And then we harvested the onions. Gonna bring those back to him. We pulled them off. I'm putting them in a paper sack. And I'm gonna bring them back when they're nice and dried and ready to be sown again. Now what's happening over here?
So here we had our onion patch where we got a lot of our onions, but we've got a watermelon that's trying to do something in there. Maybe a little too late in the season for it. But then in my cinder blocks, I've got a lot going on. I've got some lettuce that is going to seed. On this side, more marigolds. As I said, I like the marigolds.
Yeah,
Got some poppies growing
love it.
and some more lettuce that is going to seed as well.
So you're gonna harvest those seeds on the lettuce? I see that.
Yep.
This is a different kind of lettuce because the leaves are, I forgot what that's, well, I don't probably even know what that's called because there's a lot of them that have red in it. But this, I see this, we want them to see this, has a yellow flower. Then when I come back again, it'll be more, well, that's not a lettuce, but it'll be white with the little bitty seeds inside of it. That's how we know it's ready. So that's excellent. I see a bean plant right here.
Yep.
What's its story?
So this was supposed to be a green bean plot, but that was my only green bean that actually sprouted. It sprouted some seeds that I didn't harvest the best, but
I see some right here.
they're out drying, and we'll see what else it can produce.
All right, what's this?
That is mullein, which is said to be good for your lungs. I've got to do research on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna share some of the research too, because there's different things you can do for teas, and actually it can even be smoked. Even though that seems counterintuitive, right? Like we know the smoke in the lungs doesn't matter what kind of smoke it is. The lungs don't prefer that. but I do know the mullein is good for lung support. So what's happening in this raised bed?
This is my raised bed where I was planning to plant a lot of things that just did not sprout this year, but what did sprout was more marigolds, of course, and some corn. And then behind the raised bed, I've got some strawberries that are growing.
Strawberries are really thriving. So we have pups that are leading into the raised bed, and I was telling him that as these pups plant themselves in the soil, we can separate them from what's happening in the pot. We could do it intentionally, but I don't want to do that today. If they still haven't planted themselves, when I come next month, then we'll do that. Look at the corn. Remember what kind of corn this was? See the tassels? When it's brown, that means that it's been pollinated. That's what the brown, see how it's not brown right here? You see that? And then this is the flower, actually, of the corn plant. This has to get pollinated. It's like these two go together. When you hear me ever talking about male and female plants, viewers, this plant is one that does that. All right, so what else we want to tell them? That's everything. Oh, we want to show them the marigolds. So we see this big old, because there's not enough marigolds in this yard. Look at this big old pot. So I'm gonna suggest that Michael harvest these marigold seeds and make them available to community. You can get a lot for $1. You know, I'm gonna try to tell him to sell them. He might give them to you guys. And I'm gonna tell him to see if he can sell them for $1. Just $1. People, have $1. But what he's gonna do here is keep deadheading so that it'll keep blooming. And then there's 2 pots in the front. I'm not gonna show you those. Maybe I'll take a picture of them before I leave. But that's what's happening. This is at Growth Site 01-810-01. He's my OG coaching person. He's the OG soul brother, SOW brother. He was the first person that ever asked me to help them grow. And actually, we started back in that little corner over there. And then he got some support from Urban Symbiosis that helped build these plots, and also donated this raised bed. And so now we've been working on this, mending the soil, trying to figure out if that's why we're not getting more production. So see, maybe when I'm gonna do some more research and see if maybe we can get the soil tested, see if that's in the budget to see, so we can amend it specifically for next year. I encourage him to let the marigolds grow, because it doesn't hurt anything, and it's better that than weeds. Otherwise, that'd just be a weedy spot. I mean, they're still over there a little bit. Anything else you want to tell them?
Nothing for me. Tremendous gratitude to Sister Ote for all of her lessons that she's given me over the years and her patience with me. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you. All right.